Hello Pisces, and welcome to your Tarotscopes for the time of November 2012. Now before we start, I want to make a couple of announcements, and the first one is that I will be appearing at Sydney Mind, Body and Spirit Festival from the 8th of November through to the 11th of November. Now I have released a range of products, and the first one I'm wearing it is the Cosmic Hugs t-shirt. Now hopefully she will be released worldwide around about the 15th of November 2012, but will be available for sale at the Sydney Mind, Body and Spirit Festival. The other product is finally I have completed and is ready for sale, the Colour Ask program, which I've been working on for such a long time. Yay! The other joint effort is that I've joined forces with a really marvelous artist, a beautiful creative energy she is, Amanda Pape, and we've put together a second deck. Yeah, talk about the 1, 2, 3s, a second deck called the Colour of the Goddess Tarot. I'm really looking forward to meeting you all at the Sydney Mind, Body and Spirit Festival. I am on my own stand this year, and that is stand FFred06. Okay, let's have a look what November is delivering to you, Pisces. Okay, we will be covering your home and your family, your career and your goals, your finances, health and well-being and relationships at this time. First thing around the home and family is change. Okay, now sometimes it's quite spontaneous, and other times it's just like getting things going, and all of a sudden it's just a bit of a ruckus and all over the place. And I feel that this chaos has got a name. Okay, we just don't know who it is yet. All right, but I just feel that you're going to be finding it's time to kind of like look at what needs to be done, and possibly getting in there and shaking, you know, a few cages or rattling a few cages and getting it done. I do feel that you're going to be finding that there's a very big focus on shifts, moves, transitions and changes that will be involving everybody, okay? But I do feel at the end of this, things will settle down and fall into place quite nicely. In connection with your career and your goals, I get that you've been juggling quite a bit for the last couple of years, and you may be finding that you are wearing many hats during this month. So 2 jobs could be open to you. You could be, you know, doing 2 roles, wearing 2 hats. Okay, I just feel that you kind of like need to get yourself into a bit of a routine or a structure where your work or career is concerned also. Otherwise you'll be finding that this is a very taxing month, okay, because it will require a lot more from you than you normally you know, need to give or have normally participated in doing so. In connection with your finances, this month is about bigger responsibilities, taking on more. Now some may be renegotiating a loan, some may find that they've got a lot more expense here and not a lot of income to kind of cover everything, but it's something that you're willing to do. And I just feel that if you're penny pinching or you're doing any of those other things, that it will pay off, okay? I also feel that you may be held responsible for a financial obligation, or perhaps, you know, making sure that somebody else, you know, gives you what you are earning or are deserved of. In connection with your health and your well-being, okay, you are going to be finding that this is one of those months I just get temporary results. So if you've been going to see somebody, okay, or been on a particular treatment, you kind of get a result and then you don't. And then you get a result and then you don't. Well, this is still kind of continuing, and I think that your body's trying to figure out which one works better, okay? Or, you know, is there something else out in the pipeline there that is going to be more beneficial to your health and your well-being? You may be finding that you're only half giving things a go. You know, you're kind of making the commitment, but you kind of like get a little bit lax during, you know, like the first week or the second week, and then, you know, it just goes out the window. This month is kind of opening up areas for you to say, you know, well, do I need to keep a bit of a focus? Do I need to really do that? Is it really helping me? Okay, it's giving you some guidelines to work within, okay, for your own betterment. In connection with your relationships, now you are going to be finding I've got a lot of advice around, so this means that you will be spending time talking and finding out what works best. Now, I do have professional advice, so a lot of the times it's kind of going and getting some joint help here, okay, whether this be counseling, whether it's seeing a lawyer or a solicitor, whether it's joining forces in your relationship in connection with a business. I just feel that whatever it is, you are kind of getting advice before doing so, and in doing this advice, you actually get the help that you need to kind of move things forward. For those that are happy and settled, you may be just finding that this is a time to kind of speak up and say what you both feel and where you'd like things to go, okay? And maybe put your feelers out to see if, you know, there is somebody else there that can help this along. Could be anything from booking a holiday, okay, and just needing to talk to the travel agent. In connection with those that are single and looking, okay, you may be finding that love might come through a professional area, such as you know, your work, or your you might find that you're, you know, sitting at, you know, somewhere and you're, you know, waiting to see the accountant or waiting to see the doctor or something like that, and then all of a sudden somebody's sitting right beside you and you're going like, wow, this is quite a spontaneous, you know, meeting, and I'm feeling quite connected. Whatever it is, and I mean, that's a little bit kind of like blasé, but whatever it is, I just feel that you're kind of putting yourself out there, and you might find that this person is quite serious about wanting to either get to know you a little bit better or perhaps open up the potential for a relationship.